Legends tell of a distant epoch when more than one employee's coat hung from this rack. Pull yourself together, Misty. Hey, horse. Did you know that gummy bears are made out of horse feet? Oh man, I'm only 20 years too late. You're on with Steph.
Ah, yes. Okay, I need your help. I'm in trouble with HR.
What did you do?
I screwed up. I was chatting with my coworker about the gym. We were talking about leg day, and she said she wanted to work more on her lower body.
Here it comes. What did you say?
I said her butt was fine as is, and she shouldn't worry about it, which was dumb.
Yeah, you think it's dumb to talk about your coworker's butt?
I know, but does it really need to be a whole big thing? I'm not that kind of guy, really. But now I'm freaking out. Can you tell me what will happen with HR?
I'll see what I can do. "10, the most nothing number on the die. A conversation with HR. Not much to go on from the dice roll. So, what do I think this guy deserves?" I'm back. Ready to face the music?
Let's just get it over with.
You sit down with HR in a hard plastic waiting room chair next to a "Hang in there" poster from the 80s. For 45 tense minutes, they drill you on every word of your company's sexual harassment policy, ultimately deciding that you need to apologize to her.
Are you sure? Because she laughed and said thanks. It was our coworkers that decided to make a big deal out of it.
Really, dude?
I'm sorry. It's just everyone's acting like I'm some sort of a creep all of a sudden.
Okay, relax. No one is calling you a creep. I know you weren't trying to make her uncomfortable, but you clearly did. So instead of telling some radio DJ that you screwed up and you're really a nice guy, why don't you prove it and apologize to her?
Yeah. You're right.
Please direct any further questions to your HR rep. Thanks for the call. KRCT's countdown to Halloween begins next week. Don't miss out on some of the most iconic horror film scores, and some giveaways too. Thanks for calling KRCT. You're on with Steph.
Hey. Hi. This is my first time calling, so sorry if I get it wrong.
Hey, don't worry. There's no way to get it wrong. Just tell me what's on your mind.
Right. Thanks. Well, I played on my high school soccer team last year, since all the rec leagues here stop at age 16. And this girl on the team is just, I don't know, the worst. Like, I know I'm awkward sometimes. I'm not like a cool girl, but that's no excuse for her to torture me like she does. I don't want to stop playing. Soccer's the only thing I've ever really been good at. I guess what I want to know is, I want to stand up for myself, but will that turn out well? Or should I just call it quits now?
That legitimately sucks. Let me see what I can see. Boom. 16. Bullies are the worst, especially when they ruin something you love. What do I tell her? She rolled pretty high. All right, ready to hear your future?
Yeah. What is it?
For a while, all you can do is hang on, and it sucks. She puts you through hell. But one day after practice, you find her bawling her eyes out behind the bleachers. And despite yourself, you can't help but ask her what's wrong. Before long, she's spilling her whole life story, all the little hurts she carries with her, and you realize they're a lot like yours.
That sounds almost impossible.
I know. You keep thinking that, even as your conversation stretches past the 2-hour mark. Eventually, the two of you become inseparable, and your bond strengthens the team.
I mean, sounds nice. But I kind of don't buy it, you know? No offense.
Well, if it helps, I've been there.
Really?
Yeah. Middle school, high school, I thought I'd have to move away to make it stop. Kids like this girl of yours have a nose for what makes you different. They sense weird and they get their claws out. But if you figure out what makes you weird and embrace it, arm yourself with it, you take it out of their hands and into yours. They're left with no ammunition. For me, it was coming out. For you, who knows? But whatever makes you weird is also what makes you a badass. Trust me.
Thanks, Steph. That does help. A lot.
You're welcome. And thanks for calling. Don't know how much more quality fortune-telling I can come up with. Need some advice for picking out your Halloween costume this year? Look no farther. I've got you covered. Costume tips coming at you soon, right here on KRCT. What the hell? Oh, fucking Valkyrie. What am I supposed to do with this? At least I get to listen to music all day. Man, it's almost like we're a real radio station now. Let's talk weather. Forecasts show another week of beautiful, sunny Colorado fall weather coming up. So keep an eye out for snow. Sometimes, this thing is the only reason I come to work. A reminder to Haven listeners from Town Hall. Trick-or-treating hours for young children are from 6 to 9:30, with trick-or-treating hours for mountain lions beginning shortly thereafter. The American tradition of Halloween is a jazz fusion, if you will, of similar holidays across cultures. You can learn more about Day of the Dead in the Dominican at the Silver Dragon Dispensary this Saturday. And I don't know about you, but I am not missing out on Charlotte's Pan de Muerto. Still working on your Halloween costume? Here's a tip. Don't be a sexy cop. You know? Just don't. Even more tips coming up. Stay tuned. Flu season is here, so get a flu shot. Do it, people. Here's something fun. On this day in 1858, Lucius Teller climbed and named Teller's Peak. Okay, maybe it wasn't that fun. Same shit, different day. Don't like my riffs? Tell it to the devil cat. Don't know about you all, but I'm still figuring my Halloween costume out. Here's another tip. Wear purple lipstick, just a ton of it, and a high ponytail. Trust me. Don't know how much more quality fortune-telling I can come. Charlotte and I started this book club where we read the trashiest crime novels, and oh yeah, I should add a tally for yesterday's match. That game took a lot out of me. But then, they all do. Rung by rung, sucker. This is what it's come to. Bribing my cat with drugs. Country is 1 part heartbreak, 1 part liquor, and then a motherfucking fiddle that can rock your ass. Gabe forgot to put professional in quotes. We haven't exactly been getting the cream of the crop for this job opening. Definitely getting this one framed. wow. I really don't want to do any of this. Get it? Steph picks instead of staff picks? Ryan made me do it. Poor CDs. None of the charm of vinyl, nor the convenience of streaming. I've been tinkering with this one for like half a year, and I still don't know what it's supposed to be. I like it, though, so far. It might sound pretty dope with a breakdown, right? Oh, and a vocal track. Maybe I'll really bring the doom and gloom in the breakdown. I'll rotate this display some other time. Get better covers to look at. It's just like any other day. Just like any other fucking day. Gabe! Gabe's a great friend. More importantly, he's got booze. When I'm done here, I'll close up the DJ booth and call him. Gabe, listen. I want to drink until I can't feel feelings. Think you can help me out? I'll be right there. Oh, fuck. Damn it, Mikey.
Really glad we could hang out tonight. Like I said, this time of year for me, it's, well, you know.
Yeah.
Damn. Why am I such a downer? Come on. Let's see what monsters and trickery you have planned for Elamon to breeze past this week.
You're on. I just need to do a few things to get set up. Okay, where were we? Haven't gotten much use out of the screen in our virtual campaign, but I need to check my notes.
Hey, take your time.
We playing or not? Shh, Wells is coming.
I think Chloe and Rachel are playing their own game.
No. No. Pass me the nerd dice.
The what?
Pass me the D20, D10, and D4, please.
Sure thing.
I'm gonna bash this Hydra's head in with its other heads.
You got this.
Everything okay?
All good.
Good memory or bad memory?
Is there a difference?
I know what you mean. Sometimes the most painful memories are from before all this shit went down.
I wasted so much time being jealous of Chloe and Rachel. Whatever they had, I thought it was perfect.
And now?
Just angry. Like there's a piece inside of me that wants to scream until I run out of breath. No one deserves what happened to them. But they weren't no one. They were so beautiful.
Look, Steph, what you're feeling...
I'm fine. Come on, let's keep playing. I believe Elamon was about to enter the secret treasure chamber.
Damn right. Chloe and I weren't best friends or anything. But she was there for me when it mattered. She wasn't afraid of anything. Same for Rachel. She always said Chloe saved her life. But I'm pretty sure that went both ways. And if she could have, I know Chloe would have stopped at nothing to save Rachel. Because that's how strong she was. Rest in peace, Chloe. Rest in peace, Rachel.
Fuck. I'm sorry. This was a bad idea.
It's cool. We can stop.
Yeah. No. I don't know. I was hiding in the back, you know? I was supposed to speak after you, but I realized that if I stood up there, I'd have to look at everyone. Chloe's mom, Rachel's parents, half the town. There was no way. So I bailed.
I understood. Everyone did.
I don't understand how you did it.
Me neither. I just... kinda... did.
When I think about Chloe and Rachel, my whole grip on reality falls away. The people I care about, the stuff I like. How can any of it matter? What kind of world is it that lets that shit happen?
I'll let you know if I figure it out. You know we don't have to keep playing.
Let's try. Let's see what horrible surprises are in store for you in the next room.
Bring it on.
And that's -5 HP.
Oh, come on. How is your GMing even more devious from Seattle?
Must be the rain.
Hey, listen. You know next week is the... well, it's the thing.
1 year.
I was thinking, why don't you come? It'll be... well, you know, it'll be fucking horrible, but maybe a little less horrible if we're both there?
Yeah, that sounds good. Why are you doing this?
I said we could stop.
No, I mean, why are you doing this? I ghosted you. Again. When I ghost people, they go away. That's how it works. But you didn't. Why?
Why do you think?
Maybe you just can't let go of high school. I'm your human time capsule back to the good old days.
I know you don't believe that. Fuck. Steph, I've taken a lot of shit from you over the years, but this... I need you. That's why I keep coming back. In high school, I didn't know who I was without being Steph's best friend. And now when we hang out, it feels like I'm bringing that part of myself back from the dead. I need you because I'm not strong enough to be my real self without you in my life. That's it. It's pretty fucking dumb of me, huh?
Depending on a flaky, lesbian, punk nerd. Yeah. That's pretty dumb. It's not just you. If it makes you feel any better. I do this shit to everyone.
It doesn't. But continue.
Ever since Arcadia Bay, it's like the moment I start to care about someone, or some place, that's it. It's a matter of time before I find something wrong. And I'm out.
Maybe that's okay. Maybe being a flaky, lesbian, punk nerd is your destiny. Like Elamon, adventure will always find you.
I never thought of it that way.
Hey, that's why I'm here.
I don't deserve you as a best friend. But I promise I'll do better. 'Cause the truth is, I need you too. Now will you quit stalling and take your damn turn? Just because Elamon's totally screwed doesn't mean you get to distract me all night.
He is? I think you're forgetting about the protection amulet I got off that Cyclops last session.
I don't forget anything, and don't think I don't have any Halloween surprises planned for you.
Ooh, spooky.
Okay, we've had no calls in the past hour, which means you're all either partying or sleeping. Both of which I respect. I gotta say though, if you haven't tried spending New Year's Eve locked in a small room talking to yourself, I highly recommend it. Honestly. I might do this every year. Hey there, you're live on KRCT and I'm not alone in the universe. Who's this?
Hey, it's Gabe.
It's everyone's favorite bartender. How's the Black Lantern? Anyone make out with the taxidermy yet?
I don't know. I left work so I could talk to you about something.
Great. Let me throw in a song and then call you.
No, I meant... I called the show so I could talk to the psychic.
Oh. All right. What's on your mind?
There's someone in my family who might be totally alone right now. I've been thinking of reaching out to her. The thing is, It's been 7 years, and all that time I never got in touch.
Maybe you weren't ready yet. Maybe if you had, it wouldn't have helped either of you.
No, look, the truth is I'm terrified of talking to her. I don't know what she's been through. I don't even know if she's okay. I'm freaking out that she hates me, and honestly, I bet I could handle that if I knew it was coming. So, I'm calling you to ask, what's gonna happen if I contact her? What's she gonna say?
You know I'm not actually psychic, right?
Shh, shh, don't ruin it.
Okay. Give me a second. Guess what? It's looking bright.
Seriously?
What would be super good for Gabe? The day you call her, you're a ball of nerves. You get the number wrong 4 times. And when she finally picks up and says hello, you clam up. Total silence. Except for your obvious breathing.
What?
She blocks your number. You have to call back on a landline. But hearing her voice changed everything. Suddenly, the most important thing in the world is making sure she's okay. Now you're on a mission, and your own fears don't matter anymore. You're too busy sending her jokes and making time to hear about the worst part of her day. You're still afraid you'll screw things up. And you do. A lot. But underneath, there's a sense of security. Because now you're driven by a purpose that will always steer you back to her, no matter what happens.
Thanks.
Thank you for calling.
How's the station? You lonely over there?
Honestly, no. Things are pretty great.
Okay. Then I'll see you.
Read ads, play songs, take calls. I'm a fully automated DJ. Hey, we've got a returning sponsor today, Grimley's Auto Repair, serving Haven Springs. Since 2005, when some of y'all were writing Fall Out Boy lyrics in your aim away message, you know who you are. Grimley's is opened on every major winter holiday, so if you get your mirror blasted off by a runaway New Year's firework tonight, they are wide awake and ready to help. Again, that's Grimley's Auto Repair, your best and greasiest neighbors. All right, Gabe, what did you leave out there for me? Are you sorry to see the winter season go? Not sure how you're gonna survive the long holidayless stretch until Valentine's Day? Not to worry, Spamps Grocery has you covered. Keep the winter cheer alive with sales on your favorite holiday foods. Treat yourself to a discounted novelty-sized candy cane, but this time without the excuse. And as we ready those New Year's resolutions, Spamps is your one-stop shop for healthy foods to eat during the 2 weeks you actually use your gym membership. Happy New Year from Spamps! Man, last show of 2018. I know I say this every New Year's, but... KRCT is brought to you by the Black Lantern, where at this very moment, there's a New Year's rager brewing. You still have time to win one of the raffle prizes donated by local artisans. Also, Tap Out Night is the last Thursday of every month. The Lantern offers... Okay, well, it says here they offer dink specials, so head there on Thursdays to score a discount dink. Happy New Year from the Black Lantern, the beer-scented heart of Haven Springs. What could fit under the front door? Maybe concert tickets? How does Ducky make all of this stuff while also spending every waking minute of his life at the bar? A fucking scavenger hunt on New Year's Eve? My friends are dorks. If someone told me when I started this random-ass job, hope I've done the old place proud. Charlotte and I were not built for that meditation class. Was this worth $19.99? Yes. A fucking scavenger hunt on New Year's Eve? My friends are dorks. Never resented snow until it became my job to clear it. So he's like, killing his own people? What the hell? We're gunning for Charlie Brown with this level of decor. Okay, tomorrow I'm finally clearing this off. New year, new bulletins. Valkyrie better be grateful. This cost me $3 whole. Valkyrie only uses this when I'm not looking, which doesn't hurt my feelings whatsoever. Gotta add the latest game. Definitely a worthy match to close out the year.
Look, your fundamentals are solid, but your trash talk needs some serious improvement. As of this moment, you are enrolled in Professor Gabe Chen's Trash Talk University.
Damn, man. Sounds prestigious. Okay, Professor. Teach me.
Lesson 1. You gotta get in your opponent's head. Be ruthless. Use their insecurities against them. Typically, trash talk involves some amount of, talk. Okay, let's move on to lesson 2. Oh, so close! Thank you so much for seeking an education at Gabe Chen's Trash Talk University. You just got schooled.
Damn it. I was so sure I had you that time.
Aw, Steph. Sweet, naive Steph. Sweet, pure, optimistic, bad at foosball Steph.
Dude, knock it off. Closing out the year the same way I started it. I did a bunch of work on my song. My little idea has grown up into a whole-ass song. Maybe I should share it with someone? Hey, KRCT listeners! Got a special treat for ya. Here's a world premiere by a talented up-and-comer who might just be finally getting her shit together. Let me know what you think. Happy New Year! You're on with Steph.
Oh, wow. Hi. I have a major problem I'd love your help with.
My college minor was in major problems. Let's hear it.
Okay, it's about a Christmas present I got this year from my grandma.
Let me guess. Peer pressure has you scared to wear the ugly sweater, even though you actually love it to death.
I wish it were that, honestly. My grandma bought me a $4,000 video camera with the lighting rig.
Whoa.
I know. I don't want her paying for that. She's a retired grocer. But it's not just about the expense. For a while, I wanted to be a movie director, and Grandma super latched onto it. DVDs, filmmaking books, online courses. Now this.
I'm guessing you're not as into filmmaking anymore?
Honestly, the more I've learned about the industry, the more I question if it's really something for me. So what do I do? Return the camera and just roll over her feelings with the truck?
I will consult the cosmos. A 12 doesn't tell me much. What does one do with an overexpensive gift? Cosmos consulted.
I'm braced for it.
You return the whopper of a gift and come clean with Grandma after all those years of misguided presents.
Oh, my stomach hurts.
It's a thorny conversation, not at all softened by your grandma's homemade raspberry tarts. Even though she's embarrassed, she's thankful that you were honest. It shows that you really do value her.
That's a relief.
And instead of video cameras, Grandma makes you a holiday sweater every year featuring Rudolph in various summertime occupations.
Oh?
Gardener, lifeguard, ice cream truck driver, seasonal orchard hand, that sort of thing. Is she trolling you? It's unclear.
Huh.
But you learned something important.
Never return a gift from Grandma?
No matter what happens, there's nothing you can say or do to make your grandma stop adoring you. And the more you get out in the world, the more people you meet, the more you realize how rare and special that is.
Thanks, Steph. That means a lot.
You got it. Ready to roll? That's as good a sign as any. Time to say goodbye to this app. It is New Year's Eve, Kind Haven listeners, and that means partying, smooching at midnight, and resolutions. Call in with your New Year's resolution, and Haven's best and only radio psychic will tell you how it goes. Come on, callers. Or don't. I know I say this every New Year's, but this was a fucking crazy year. My inner Tyler Durden hates this part of the job, but my inner Billy Mays loves it. That's my song on the radio. Come on, callers. Wah, wah. A peaceful herd of Splatosaurus. I know I say this every New Year's, but all right, it's on. Where's this next clue? The result of wine night with Charlotte, if memory serves. Guess I could hang out here and ask my son. Nothing quite like being artistically shown up by a 10-year-old to start your year off right. Oh, dang. I'm gonna have to put another t-shirt order in. Guess I finally clicked with the customer base. His name is Quixby. Once renowned for his wisdom and knowledge, he was driven from the Sky Council after the Great Cloud Schism and has sworn revenge. Quixby is amassing great riches in order to build an indestructible weather machine and turn the skies black for 1,000 years.
He might be nocturnal, but now it's my turnal.
Damn, Mikey. With great leaps and bounds, the magma frog carries Elamon safely across the ocean of lava.
See, buddy? I told you I wasn't going to scorpion you.
Suddenly, the magma frog unfurls his giant tongue, wrapping it around Elamon's torso and holding him aloft like a fruit fly.
Hey, what's that for?
What can I say? It's in my nature. Ribbit.
Damn. Fiona and I never got to finish our campaign. Felt pretty incredible hearing my song on the radio. Maybe Gabe ran into a pole doing bike tricks to make me laugh. Whoops. Haven't served Valkyrie her New Year's Eve treat yet. What's New Year's for if not stuffing your face with junk food? Extremely rainbow, extremely body. Just like Violet promised. Only the best smoked salmon for my little terror. Yeah, I'm definitely bringing this back for next year. Turns out every record I had on hold for myself was the... Violet borrowed this from me on our second date. That girl is literally always freezing. Super glad we're still bros. Bye. Misty looks a little creepy. But once my best thrift shop find. Ugly as sin. If it turns out I sold more bird call CDs than punk rock, dang it, Ryan. I tried to help you, bro. Damn, Mikey. When did you turn into such a grown-up? My best thrift shop find. Ugly as sin. Sorry, Riley, but that horse had to go. You know what? I held my own this year. Next year is the year I dominate. People here wear t-shirts in the winter and brag about not being cold. But those of us who've survived Seattle's death gotta keep the new hires in check. If we ever get new hires. My sweet, precious children. The folks who buy rap albums on vinyl I never really found religious music inspirational. And then I saw how much money these bands make. Okay, tomorrow I'm finally clearing this off. We're gunning for Charlie Brown with this level of decor. Never resented snow until it became my job to clear it. Getting pretty mushy. Even for Gabe. So he's like killing his own people? What the hell? How does Ducky make all of this stuff while also spending every waking minute of his life at the bar? Was this worth $19.99? Yes. If someone told me when I started this random-ass job that we'd get popular enough to sell merch, typical Ryan, making triple sure I get it. Bright, illuminate, shine. Okay, Ryan's talking about some kind of light. Guess I finally clicked with the customer base. If it turns out I sold more bird call CDs than punk records this year, I'm gonna give Ryan a wedgie. Hey, you're on with Steph.
Hello, Stephanie.
Is this Ducky?
Indeed it is. I'm calling with an inquiry about the future.
I'm seriously flattered.
I'm inquiring about my gentleman's mortality wager.
You made a death bet with someone?
Many years ago, my friends and I buried a chest of some value deep in the Nevada desert. We agreed that the last of us to remain alive would win the right to dig up that chest and claim its contents. It's a common arrangement, although it's admittedly fallen out of favor and legality. You may know it as a tontine.
How many of you are left?
3, plus me equals 4. For now.
I'll consult the fates and be right back. So glad this is up to the D20 and not me. $17. Go Ducky. So, Ducky's tontine. Ducky, I'm back.
Prognosticate away.
It is the best of news, and it is the worst of news. You win your tontine this year.
The best and worst of news indeed.
It's a sad day when your last friend dies. But then, you think about what you could do with the loot. You use it for a tropical getaway, a brief respite from this cold mountain town.
Warm weather is easier on my joints.
You have a great time water skiing, windsurfing, and absolutely demolishing a drunk limbo contest. Maybe you realize that death packs are really all about celebrating life. The more you live it up, the more you honor their memories.
Thank you, Stephanie. This has been most amusing.
You got it. Happy New Year, Ducky. Did you know that 80% of New Year's resolutions fail? Like my resolution to stop making up bogus statistics? Wah, wah. Come on, callers. Or don't. What a year, huh? Oh yeah, KRCT has gone pro, baby. Gotta keep looking. Where's that next clue? I never really found religious music inspirational. The folks who buy rap albums on vinyl are my sweet, precious children. No one will hurt you here. Bright, illuminate, shine. Okay, Ryan's talking about some kind of... sure. What? Good effort, Ethan. Coming up with crazy nonsense, and then seeing Mikey bring it to life will never get old. It takes a beat for your eyes to adjust to the overwhelming shimmer. A sea of ruby, diamond, emerald, and of course, gold. What do you do next?
The only thing I can do. Nat 20.
Elamon dives headfirst into a pile of metal and glass, and somehow, without any explanation, swims around in it as if it is water.
Awesome.
That last session was insane. But Elamon got fucked up. I'm worried he won't survive his final battle against the evil owl genius Quixby. I want to show Mikey how much this campaign has meant to me by giving him the epic finale he deserves. Should I let Elamon go down in a blaze of glory? Or should I nerf the baddie and give him more of a fighting chance? Gotta keep looking. Where's that next clue? Sorry, Elamon. Okay, that clue's in here somewhere. See, Valkyrie? We're best friends. It says so right here. All this talk of New Year's resolutions has made me realize I actually don't have one yet. We'll work on that together, Kind Haven listeners. Gotta keep looking. Where's that next clue? Violet borrowed this from me on our second date. That girl is literally always freezing. Turns out every record I had on hold for myself was the perfect holiday gift for one of my friends. Damn. Fiona and I never got to finish our campaign. Mikey's been sketching his favorite moment of each session. It's freaking great. When we started 9 months ago, I never imagined it felt pretty incredible hearing my song on the radio. Thanks for the heads up, Kasha. Guess I finally clicked with the customer base. Holy shit. This is better look at my notebook and decide how I want to set up this final battle. If someone told me when I started this random-ass job that we'd get popular enough to sell merch, I would have punched them in the foot. Show's winding down. Almost time to toast the new year. Okay, Jed. What have you hooked me up with? Close enough. Happy New Year, Valkyrie! Wherever you are. Shout out to anyone who sung along with that bridge. You're awesome. New releases in just a minute, but first, let's hear from you. Hey there, you're live on KRCT. How's it going?
Hey, Steph. I heard you don't do fortunes anymore. Could you make an exception?
Sorry, those days are over.
But why? Did something happen?
Not really. Just started thinking life's more interesting if you don't try to predict everything first.
It's such a tiny question. All I want to know is which friend should I...
The taller one. Thanks for calling. Question from Rochelle in Colorado Springs. How's Valkyrie doing? Val's doing great. She's completely moved in. She loves to sleep on my lap. She's scratching all the customers. I'm in heaven. All right, here's a new release from The Wednesday. Let me know what you think.